People. Y'all know and see what it is. Look who I got here. All right. It's Ma'a from the Fig Tree, which is the company that Dr. Sebi started with before. Now, for any of you that claim y'all don't know who this lady is, you're going to find out today. This is Dr. Sebi's wife of 30 years. Ma'a got three children for him. Three children. All right. He made the claim in many interviews that she is the one who put together the herbs and formulated. Now, with that being said, he always said he leave everything up to the woman. So that way, when it's time for blame the woman. Now, y'all could go back and see them old interviews and you'll see it. Everybody talk about, oh, Dr. Sebi gone. Who we gonna have that know how to cure diseases, AIDS, and all this? You ain't really gotta look far at all. She's right here in Brooklyn. Now we have a legend. Now, for y'all, tell you, for y'all who ain't know her, seen her on the scenes, a lot of the people, including Dr. Sebi, got his stuff from her. Now, put your damn hands together for my damn it. Come on now. Throw the damn trumpet. We got a legendary ancestor. Mama clap it up, man. Show respect. And she don't normally do this, so I gotta thank her for granting me the honor of, doing this live stream. And we're going to get into a lot of stuff because you hear a lot of people talking, but no one really knows best like Ma'a. So first, we're going to get into some of the history. All right? Again, I'm your guest. No, well, I guess I should be saying I'm the guest because, like, you're the legend. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, give it up for Ma'a. I'm your host, joelbenjamin528, aka MC Spookism, and we about to get into this show, and we about to go deep. Ma'a, say hello to the people, and speak loud so they can hear you, because I know you're soft spoken.
I greet you with love in my heart. I truly do. Greet all, one and all.
All right. Before I even start up any further, tell them where you're located.
We are here
In Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. It's a new tree on the block. That's how we opened. We've been here. We've been here. And I mean, been here.
in New York many years.
Many years. But the new office, because how do I say it? Sebi and I were married 30 years. And we started a long time ago in the late 60s. So we opened up a new office in 11/11/11, and we opened it up with the introduction of a new tree on the block. And it is 45 Willoughby Avenue, not street, Willoughby Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And we've been there about 6 years now. We've been on Taffy. Before then, 5 years. We were on Putnam. USHA was there and had this store. And we were, as everybody knows, I mean, not everybody, but some people, 616 Pacific before they built that arena, before they built the mall. That's where Sebi and I were, 616 Pacific. And we lived in Puerto Rico. So there may be some that didn't know Ma'a because I was in Puerto Rico making the herbs.
Formulate, not just making it. It's important, because he done said it in many interviews. You actually put it together. You formulate it.
That is true.
You you did the science with it. Like, tell them your background.
A little story. I'm going to tell the background, but in him saying, formulated it, Sebi used to go, this is the point. Sebi would travel all over and he'd give radio interviews and speeches, and this is a long time ago. And he went on the radio, this lady in Detroit, uh, I don't know, we would know her name, but anyway, she was interviewing and having Sebi on all the time. And so he went on and was talking about the men. And the men have a hard time, some men have a hard time with erection and urination. When they urinate, it stop and go. And then sometimes it comes out crooked. And he was talking about that. And so this is way back in the 80s now. And so people start calling because I'm in the background. People are calling, and all these men, young men, all these men were calling. We didn't have a formula. So, in the truth, in complimenting what you're saying, is yeah, I did, and I don't want to do that ego bragging thing, but
It's not ego bragging. The man done said it in many. If they watch any of his old clips where he's doing lectures, especially at the time when he was with you, he said it. So it's not bragging. It's the truth. He said it. But go ahead.
There was no formula. So right then I had to create that formula because all those people were calling and asking for this formula, and he's out on the road. So now I'm going to tell you my little love story. And it all begins with this little girl named Ma'a, born in Madagascar. I was born in Madagascar, just a little country girl, simple little girl, and that I am. And I was adopted and grew up in California. Sebi and I met in California. Sebi was a steam engineer, and I was a key punch operator. So he wasn't even, well, I guess maybe because it was in both of us, but not direct, thinking about it at that point. He was pointed shoes and, the wingtip shoes and very conservative with the, those shirts that steam engineers wear. And I was this little girl with these little picnic, these little braids, because way back then it was considered weird. And I had all these rings in my ears, and I had like 3 on each side, and the 7th one, and bangles all the way up. And he used to see this little girl, because this is way back. I was only 19, 20, and Sebi and I are 15 years apart. So he would see this little girl running. I'm always late. I thought I was late here, but I was here on time.
Yes, you were.
But always running to be on time. And he used to see me running across. Listen to this. We both worked at a hospital. And so he'd see me running across. I never saw him. And then we ran into each other in the elevator. And he said, "Where are you going, girl?" And it's a little bit that you see of Sadie. You know how he speaks. "Where are you going?" And I'm rushing and running to it. And I'm trying to get to the office. I don't have any time to talk to you. I don't know who you are. And I don't have no time. I got to get to the office. And that is where we met there. And then he made everything from scratch. So he used to make this bread from scratch, and it was coconut bread. Now, I'm not an eater. I'm really not an eater. I don't care nothing about food. I don't remember food. My son has to always say, "Mommy, did you eat?" And I'm like, yeah, but it's more of a bother. I like eating out. That's a pleasure, and I just have salad. But eating every day, oh, no. So he made this bread, and I'm sitting there at the key punch, and he brought it for everybody, and I knew. And the girl it was for, he didn't give it to her because she wasn't there. So he put it on my desk, right? And now this is Alfredo Bowman. There's no Sebi. And so
That's how you knew him as
Alfredo Bowman, that is Alfredo Dorrington Bowman. So I'm keep doing my work and it's midnight, right? So you want a little something. So I take a pinch off of the bread and I'm thinking, oh my God, it's so good. It was like, I
So
don't
he
like
knew how to
cake.
bake.
He knew how to cook. Oh my God.
Okay.
You know how men, I mean, women, when the woman's heart through cooking, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's very important to men, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is how he won my heart is through cooking because after the pinch of the bread and then days went by, I ran into him because remember, I don't know who he is. I don't know his name. I don't know about him. Don't care, right?
Right.
Because that's not my interest. And so I said, oh my God, that bread was so good. And he was like, well, you want some more? You come on by.
Yeah.
A
There go the
real.
G. Come on by.
And he says, I'll cook you a meal, Ma. Now, I am, I don't like those labels. I don't like those labels at all. But for communication's sake, a
Mm.
vegetarian, a vegan, right? Long time, way before I met Sebi. And so he's going to cook this meal for me. And so he created this meal. But Sebi still smokes cigarettes and eat meat and
Mm.
lamb and all that stuff. Everybody grows. This is a long time ago. So no judgment. This is where we have to leave, no judgment. And he cooked this meal for me, this big meal. And it was like really special. And that's where we began. And so then we would go on the weekends because he's 4 days. We would go on the weekends to Mexico because we lived in Los Angeles. And that's how we began. He would say, you want to take a trip, Ma? And I would say, yeah. So our
So y'all had it
romance,
just like that. Y'all going Mexico? Continue.
our romance was really, our romance and our dating was really uh, creating formulas and collecting herbs.
Going on the little nature
It
trips.
was our that was our med school. Our med school was very different from what the traditional way, whatever the traditional is. This was our med school. So we would start going to Mexico, and that's when we started collecting the herbs. And we would go first. We went to the marketplace, and we met a man with. He was collecting these herbs. His daughter was sick, and she had cancer. So he started, Sadie speaks Spanish, she's from Honduras. So he
Mm.
started talking and telling this story about his daughter and the herbs that he was using. So we got to know those herbs and how his daughter was being cured and completely cured.
Hmm.
Then we were traveling. This is another time because every weekend we would go because we had the whole weekend.
Right.
Like we have like 4 days off. So
And it
then
was easy for you
it
to
was,
get there.
it's
So.
so easy. It's like 2 hours or less. So then we would go and we were traveling along. And Sebi is, Sebi's persona. He has a persona. So as we're traveling along, he would pick up people. Always pick up people. So
Hmm.
this man's on the road. He pick up the man, and the man's telling the story about the village and how the people in the village were sick and that the snake was biting the people in the village. And he went
Mm.
out in the bush and collected these herbs. So then he started showing us the herbs. They were in the sack. This is the real school. And he's telling us about these different herbs that he gave to the people
To get
because
them better.
to get them better and prevent them from dying. Because remember, they were dying because of the snake
And that's
biting.
snake bite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how poison that is. So now here we are, another lesson, a real lesson on some more new herbs. And this is how we begin to collect them. And it went on like that, and we began to travel all over the world and collecting herbs. We went to Honduras and we began to collect herbs. So now, another trip in Mexico. You have to hear both sides of it, the herbs and the love story, right?
Right. That's
And
what I
so
was waiting for that part. Go ahead.
so now we went to Mexico all the time. So now we're in Mexico and we're standing up on this hill, this very high hill, and because we were looking at the sunset. That's our heart. We love looking at the sunset. So then the sun had set, and we're still standing there, just like the way we're sitting side by
Mm-hmm.
side. And we saw this shadow. Now we never said anything, but this
Saw a
shadow
shadow.
came over. This shadow came over, and it was a great big shadow. It came over like this.
No, that's okay.
So sorry.
Go ahead.
And
Continue.
so it was a shadow of, it's just a shadow came over. But now remember, there's no sun.
Right.
There's no sun. So in one of Sebi's speeches, he talked about that shadow. And I was like, afterwards, I was like, you saw that shadow? And that
So
shadow
both of
was
y'all
like
saw
a,
it and never said
never
nothing.
said nothing. Never. And that shadow was like our real marriage. That was our seal.
So yeah,
Energy.
so y'all didn't just dealt with herbs. Y'all dealt with the spiritual type of
Yeah,
metaphysical stuff as
yeah.
well.
Not even putting it in that category or recognizing it as that, but it happened. Yeah, because there's many cases.
From then it was history, huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue. I'm listening. The
Because
people's listening.
in many cases it is, this is to the left, it is people think that, oh, I'm a herbalist, oh, I'm a healer, with all due respect, with, and I really mean that to all the people, with all due respect, but you can't just pop up and be a healer.
Facts.
You can't. You cannot. It just doesn't work that way. And it's more than just, okay, I studied this. There are people that say, oh, I learned from Sebi. It's impossible. You couldn't learn from Sebi because he doesn't teach. Now, I understand.
If
I
they watched
learned.
and pay attention to his lectures,
That's
they
it.
would know that. But go
That's
ahead.
it. They may be learning something, I guess, maybe from the lectures, and I'm going to give that credit, but not, say we don't teach. That's not his methodology, but it is an energy that, in relation to what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
it's an energy that is, you're born with, that you carry, that you grow, that you're able to see. Because I remember Sebi seeing, he could see that person if he was going to die. Like there was this man that was
Hmm.
um, real sick, and they called him in, and he went in, and he said, I think they called him in for his eyes. It was for his eyes, and he said, no, it's his liver, and it's his liver we have to address. And they said no, and they didn't believe him. And at the very beginning, nobody believed us at the beginning. And so he said, okay, fine. He said, the man is going to die. And they thought that was really mean and cruel, but you know, Sadie's personality. And so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he picked his herbs up and said, okay. And he flew back home because they paid him to come in, and
Oh, they
before
paid him to come in.
they paid
Okay.
him to come in, and the man died. The man
Mm.
died. So yes, it is a spiritual part. Your energy being has to really be there. And how we created this is out of love. This is true love. This isn't just, okay, you put these herbs together. It is a formula, and it has been through all these years that these people are cured, but it is love. And do you really have the love? Do you really truly have the love?
You need to have love. All how that song go? All you need is love,
Love.
right? Now, the people is going to get a bit mad at me because you flowing, and I'm already seeing the chat room buzzing. They want to know, ask a quick fix. Like I can answer that question for you. I don't deal with quick fix.
No,
I don't deal
we
with
don't
quick
fix it.
fix.
We don't fix it at
Okay.
all. It's not about a fix. It's a healing process.
See, told
You've
you.
got to
I
come
know.
in.
I already know the answer.
You
I already know what
it
time it is.
a fix? No, we're not a pharmacy.
Facts.
you go to a doctor, and the question is, what does the doctor do?
Uh-huh.
He writes on a piece of paper and sends you to a pharmacy. Think about it. What does the doctor do? My doctor. But we've been programmed to think, what can you do for my diabetes? What can you do for my arthritis? Diabetes has been cured 1,000 times or
Mm-hmm.
more. There's no number on it, but it isn't fixed or treated. It's a healing process. And I'm going to branch out to say, because I see it differently, it's not us, it's not the healer.
Mm-hmm.
Sebi may get mad. Please forgive me. I get a pass. It is not, we are not the healer. You are the healer.
And that
Each
is
and every
facts.
one, you are the healer
Hold on,
because it's your
hold on,
body.
hold on. Courtesy of Uncle Suge. Drop a bomb on it. You just drop a bomb on them. You just drop a bomb. One more for my eye. Drop a bomb on it again. Because, and a lot of people, especially that deals with healing and all that, they would get very mad at you for making that statement.
It's okay. Sebi
But
would get mad too. It's
but
okay.
too bad you put in your work. You actually
We're
make
talking
this
about
stuff.
45
Yeah,
years.
you put in the
I
work.
am almost 70. It's 45 years, and it's
And you
not
don't
just,
look 70. You don't
it's
look even look close
no,
to it.
yeah, I'm almost 70.
Mm.
So it's no fly by night or just pop in and say, okay, I'm healing. I know. No, 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 no. Mm-mm. It is a process, and this healing process, you have to really be able to see the person. You have to be really working with them in that healing process. And that's what I do, is to help you and to guide you through the healing process.
Now,
That.
healing process, you said, right?
Hmm. Like if you have a sore, right? A real
Mm-hmm.
bad sore, and it's infected, really, really bad. Does it heal overnight?
No.
There's a process, and the scab grows on, then the
Mm-hmm.
scab falls off,
Right.
and then the skin comes back.
Right. The
There,
melanin
so
start
it's
coming
it
back more to the surface.
exactly. So it's a process with healing, no matter what disease, whether it be cancer, diabetes,
A lot of
arthritis.
people would love it to be overnight, but
It doesn't happen like that. That's because we live in
we ain't
America.
got it like that yet.
No, you want it
Let me
overnight.
say this. Ooh, people, gotta let you know. My Eye of the Fig Tree and King Simon Productions will be doing an event Sunday, April 2nd at a venue to be announced. All right? At a venue to be announced. Most likely it might be here. But who knows? Way more people might come out and see, so it might not be here.
I would
I
love for
guess
it
we'll
to
do
be
the meet
here.
and greet here.
Hmm.
Most likely, the meet and greet we'll do here. But look out for that, people. April 2nd. This lady is no joke. I'll just go down the list. Cancer, AIDS, HIV, if you wanna clump the two together.
Herpes. There's a lot of
Herpes.
people with herpes.
What's the other one with that the lady? Yeast infections. The whole that next one they like to call human papilloma.
HPV.
Yeah,
And now
disease.
there's a
You
lady
eradicates all that. You have
totally
the
and
stuff to
completely
yeah.
alleviated because you are the healer. What we are doing is putting your body in the proper environment so that it can heal.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes hand in hand with the food. What we want to
Mm-hmm.
do now, what we really want to do is to really, if we really truly love Sebi, is to support and carry it on, meaning for us to come together because we created it. Sadie and I created it. No matter what you hear, no matter what you hear, and I say it
Hmm.
3 times because you hear a lot.
That's for you
It's a
to
lot of
lock in. Go ahead. Go ahead.
like, don't pay no attention to those people.
Nah,
That's what I.
you know you turning up the heat right now. How you gonna make a
I
statement
don't
like
care.
that, ma?
I don't
Like,
care.
cause there's people I said, I don't care.
No,
There's people out.
no, because
Go ahead.
if you can be insulting, and I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it on at all. But if you can say those people don't know what they're doing, and I'm not crying victim, and if you can say that it's poison, and whoever that may be,
Hmm.
then I can say whatever I want to say.
Facts.
It's a freedom.
Facts.
But
You
I
just
am
handle
here.
it a better way. I like how you
I
handle
am
it.
here and I send love. I really do. And I say ricochet. But I am here just this time to really just let you know the story of our love story and how we began and that we created it. We created it together. We had fun. We were in the kitchen. And my question to you, because I have the opportunity, is
Mhm.
were you there? That was my inner dialogue. Were you there? I need to
Hold
know
on,
because
hold on.
in the 60s,
You gotta get that bomb drop again. Yo,
drop the bomb.
people gonna get. I already know. I already know. And you're not disrespectful with it, but you came very with a very simple question. Were you there?
Were you
Now a lot of
there?
people claim to be there. My aunt. You know that.
How? In the 60s, you weren't even born. Please.
Okay.
We're talking about the
Okay.
60s.
Okay.
When we put those herbs, and we're cooking and we're stirring, and I say, oh, let's put this in there, and let's put that, and then he's putting that in there, and we're stirring it. Were you there? When we created that formula. Now you may
And the business when you created the
the
business.
business, yes.
Don't
Now,
forget that.
see, remember I'm an elder. I could say that now, I guess. Although I still feel like 20, but that is a long time ago. And so, come on. The question is again, were you there? Because
Right.
whatever you're creating now and whatever you're talking about is not the original formula. It's not authentic.
Right. What,
And we
what,
won
what?
in court.
Now that's wait. Now
How are
that's
you
what I'm gonna go
saying,
to.
no, this is poison when we won in court?
I know you've been hearing a lot of that. People they looking to come out with documents saying that oh he really didn't win the case in court. You were one of the actual ladies. Well, that was there. You know what? I'm not even gonna put
But
it like that.
it
Explain that.
doesn't
I'm
it
gonna let
doesn't
you
matter
explain that.
what they say because people always talk. It is go look it up. Remember, it's public information. It's there
Hmm.
that we won. We set a precedence. So, what are they saying?
This is the thing though. Before we even jump into that,
Yeah, we don't even want to go there.
yeah, let's dial it back. So you and him, y'all started the fig tree, correct?
Correct. We created the picture.
Okay.
That's our baby.
The company. Um, how did that continue? Because a lot of people, as far as I know, from what I've been hearing in different interviews and whatnot, they came along. And I know you have a very kind heart, and I also know Sebi had a very kind heart as well. Or I shouldn't say had, still have a very kind heart.
Thank you.
You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Where y'all helped a lot of people. You want to get into that?
Well, there are some people. Well, what Sebi does is anybody and everybody, he brings them in. And he always said we. And he brought them in as family, as loved ones. And we took care of them. So people that may say, I'm Sebi's son or child or whatever they're saying,
Mhm.
it's because Sebi brought them in as the heart, but not the biological
Mm.
child. No, he brought them in and they lived with us or they shared time with us with the business
Mm.
or helped along in that area. I don't really know because that's like another world for me. I'm not in that world. Facebook and all the things that they're saying. I don't know.
Right.
I just live in my little world. But I'm going to give you an example. This is way to the left. It is. This is a long time ago. These little girls. Sadie met this man. One. These are two stories. Sadie met this man, and he was in the Social Security. He had the man come to the house, and we started giving him herbs, and he was blind, and so we gave him the herbs, and we got him on the. This is long before Fig Tree or Dr. Sebi, and we gave him the herbs, and then he was totally blind. That's why he's at Social Security, and he was able to see.
Hmm.
And so then his daughter, he brought his daughter, and she had epilepsy, and she no longer had epilepsy. So now Sadie's going down the street wherever he was, and these two little girls, I don't know how he met them, but he brought them in, and they lived with us. That's how we created. That's part of how we created the USHA Village, because
Hmm.
Sadie was always bringing people in, and then they start living with us, and they start staying with us and their family.
Oh, not
However,
just them. They bring the family
and they
along
bring
too.
the family, and he's calling them family. Now, understand, I grew up the only child, so I was adopted, remember, so it was very challenging for me.
Right.
I got used to it,
Right. Right.
digested. But he brought these little girls in, and he took them in like family and brought the mommy in, and so we start nurture them and taking care of them and giving them the herbs. And they had asthma. They were twins. They had asthma, and asthma really bad, and had asthma attack. We're up all night giving them the herbs, feeding them. We fed them food, we clothed them, we bought the clothes, so that you understand, as people say, I am whatever they're saying. You understand why? Because it's part of his personality. It's part of our life. You,
You
if he
didn't just
met you,
talk it, you did it.
no, if he met you, if you met Sebi, he'd tell you, come on over.
Right.
And he's going to fix food for you. He's going to bring you in, and you're a part of him. You're part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
You're his son.
Right. That's how you met.
So that's what he did with those little twins. But to show you his consistency. So, however, whatever they are saying, that's how it may come about in their head.
Mm. All right. So yeah, like I said, you got the chat room buzzing right now. Um, real quick. Let me see. I see Royale, Royale News and Entertainment Channel. Just interviewed him this morning. Great interview. He says, "Peace to the chat. Finally, get to put a face to the name. Salute to Joel." Now, this guy was looking to go and see Dr. Sebi because his friend that had health problems or whatnot. I could let Royale explain it. Like after we gonna open up the chat, and you let me know who you want to get the chat or whatever, or you want it just open forum, free fall, because I know people gonna be bombarding you with cures. I know how you cure this or that because I see it's lighting up in the chat, but we'll open it up. All right, so let's just do the shout outs real quick. Of course, definitely shout out Monique Benjamin, Simone Goddess in there. Shout out to your Uncle Shug for that bomb effect button. Shout out to you. Um, I see somebody said about curing something, but I don't want to get into the that right now because it's gonna go along because we still telling the history, right? We still telling the history, correct? Because it's a long history.
It's a long history. We're talking about over 45 years
Right.
of us, and how we used to walk in the forest and collect these herbs. And he would say, "Ma, what's the name of that one?" And then I was like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be able to remember all these herbs because there's hundreds and hundreds of herbs." But I was able to remember that one because it was named Althea, and it was so pretty. It was a yellow flower. But that was our romance. That is really truly our love story as we walk through the forest and we collect these herbs and recognize them. And he would pick one up and start eating it. This is long before the fig tree, and we'd start eating that herb.
Now, I see a question there, but before I ask you that question, because I heard something about that, and I don't know how true it is. Alu C Junior or LC, they, you know how they be on this online, they be jacking up names or whatever. Now, don't even want bother read it because I'm gonna ask you that after.
Oh,
But there's something important to ask you before that. Now, okay, since we're dealing with the history, um, people say Dr. Sebi and you there was in what is it, polygamy? It was polygamy relationship.
polygamy.
Well, polygamy, polygamy.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
you
Sorry.
got, yeah, you got the different
Forgive me.
ones. So
Forgive me.
so you got to tell me which one it is.
Hmm.
But I don't know. Is it because you was from Madagascar, you was able to deal with that, or is that even?
No, absolutely not. I didn't play that game. No, I wasn't in any polygamy, or however you say the word. I don't even know. I don't
No,
even
no,
know.
you wasn't. So
No,
basically, you wasn't in no polygamy, no polygamy.
no, 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 sir. Mm-mm. Just the
Because you
fact
know the
that,
story. I know you heard them that you were the
yeah.
main wife, and then it had the other wives
No, no,
that
no,
came
no,
up.
no, 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 no.
No.
I lived in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
We lived in Puerto Rico.
Mm.
I'm gonna repeat it. We lived in Puerto Rico.
She making sure y'all got. She repeated
Okay,
it.
so we lived there 15 years.
Right.
So when the USHA Herbal Research Institute on 616 Pacific, he came there
Mm-hmm.
to that place. And we opened up a place in Chicago. We opened one in Los Angeles before this one.
You opened up one in Los Angeles.
Yeah, with
Okay.
Marla Gibbs. We had one a long time ago. So I say all of that he was always traveling because we
Mm-hmm.
had to be there at those offices, each one. And when he
Right.
was in one, I was in the other. But I say that to say I'm in Puerto Rico. So with total complete respect, and this is my aunt's perspective, and it'd be Sadie's would be another, right? And I think from men, because this lady came in telling me about what the men said. They said, "Oh, Sebi had," because Sebi has hundreds of children. Sebi had all those children. Oh, we could have those children because even when he passed at 80, he had a baby, and I really
Mm-hmm.
mean hundreds of
That's true.
children.
He had a baby
So
when he
I
passed.
said, "This is my PO, my perspective, is he's a master. Remember, he's a master. He is a master storyteller, truth or not." So when he says, which is the truth, when he says she's born in Africa, then it opened that door for him to say that it's okay with me. And he says he has all these wives, but I know nothing about it. That's why I tell you, I'm in Puerto Rico. I know
Mm.
nothing about what's going on now. My children protect me. I don't go on Facebook. I don't know what those people are saying. I have
Mm.
no idea what people are saying.
But being
I
that
don't.
they're on there, that's how the only way you really get to find out. Cause yeah, you're not on
Yeah.
Facebook and that
No,
type of
I'm not
stuff.
on Facebook or any of those other things. So I don't even know what's going on in the news until they tell me. I know it's who got the president and that he's crazy, but only because they're telling me, not
Right,
because it's
right.
my world. I wouldn't even know about election. I really am from another planet, but that's okay. So I knew
It's all
nothing
right.
about the other women. But
Mm-hmm.
nobody's going to come to me and tell me because he's presented it like it's okay. And I think
Okay.
it was a fad then, and I don't like that word fad, but it was a fad for everybody to have more than one wife. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was doing this more than one wife. I said to Sadie once it came to the forefront for me, I said, that doesn't work. And he was preaching it that it was natural or something, whatever it was. He gave the presentation that it was okay and it was
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be in accordance to nature. But if you look at nature, no, it's not. and it doesn't work. And after that, being so hurt and in the pain and all that stuff, I ask people, and even the people that you know in Africa that has it, they're not happy. The person, if you get the inside story of the woman, they're not happy. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Just the fact that we live in the world of ego. And what happens is that other woman plays those games and set it up. So no, I didn't live in that world. No, not at all. Nope, didn't play
Because
the
you do
game.
know that's a big thing that's in the conscious community that they like to push about. Oh yeah, with the whole polygamy or polygyny, the whole
Yeah.
aspect of that.
And nature does not say it's okay. If we're going to go by nature, nature rules, and really set our rules, no, it's not okay. There is confusion. That woman that's over here, she's crying, she's hurting
Hmm.
because they don't know how to balance it. And no, she's not, that other woman is not giving the real love. She's trying to outshine so he can give the attention to it. Take another look. But with all due respect, you, the male, don't see it because you're on the outside. You don't know what's going on, that chatty patty and all those things those women are doing.
Chatty Patty.
Yeah, the sky had me look at, you know, Breakfast
Yo,
Club. I looked at Breakfast Club.
yo, real quick. Audia April, shout out to you. Audia April says her crown is beautiful. She likes your crown.
Thank you.
And
Thank
she
you.
also says she cleared that up quick, which you did. Midnight Black. I ain't see you in a while, Midnight Black. I know you've been on there, but I see you real active in the chat. Midnight Black put fad.
What's that mean?
Mean like and then Chatty Patty facts. Meaning
Oh.
like, yeah, you're right, you spitting that facts.
Oh,
You know, you speaking that
okay.
truth.
Teach me.
You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm. Oh,
Um
yeah, I see it. Hmm.
I saw one with somebody talk about something with suing. Let me see that. That's why I made sure it was important I get that in there. Now this is this person. I don't even know how to pronounce their name, but ALIEU capital C Junior. That person says Joel asks her if she's the wife that sued Dr. Sebi a couple years before he died. Now,
No,
what's because I heard stuff about that, but
what's suing? No,
what's
no,
that
no, no, no,
about?
no, 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 no. No, I don't
Fact,
know.
fiction,
Sebi and I were married 30 years,
right?
which I know you're clear with that. Sorry for repeating myself.
No, no, it's in the
And
title, so they.
okay. And then 10 years, which is now almost 15 years, we could say 15 years, we separated.
Mm,
And we separated really because of all the women and all the babies and all that
hmm.
stuff, and that couldn't be part of my journey. But the love is still there, and the soulmate, it just like before he passed, I could feel it. So he got married to somebody else that was, I don't know, that played that part for that time,
Hmm.
because each person plays that part in your life for that time.
Hmm.
So I don't know anything about suing, but if it's true, it's not me, and maybe it was that other person.
Okay.
But I don't know anything about suing, and why would they sue Sebi, and how are they going to successfully sue Sebi? Now, the thing is, I know that when he opened that LA office, and he says the herbs have been compromised,
Mm.
and those people that worked there and who he was with, and they, because we've been together and we were married and traveled this journey together, may have thought me,
So
but it
they
was
interject
those
you
people.
into the story, but by that time you wasn't even with him.
No, no.
Okay. So that person, you got your question answered. That's cleared up. Let me see. Um, the chat. You see, that's why the person said, "Get your ass off the channel." Then you see how the people be coming out like they don't know, and don't play with my
What do you mean
blacklist.
get off the
No, no,
channel?
yeah,
Oh,
he on the he or she on the blacklist. Get the hell out of here. Ma is telling her story. You understand? Ain't about with oh, stop with the chat or whatever. The lady is telling her story. This woman is a legend. All right, and you ain't gonna come on this channel disrespecting the main guest, the honor, or the host. So I'm glad the chat room got at you for that.
oh.
Now let's move on.
So he
So
came back up and said
no, he
all
ain't
that
back.
stuff.
No, he ain't back on. He banned. He banned. You see,
Oh,
he went to the block party.
oh, okay.
Block. All right. So now, because your eyesight is good. You see, I got the glasses. You stay from right there and you read and you able to tell me what's going on. Your eyesight really, really good. So all right. So now let's move forward. All right. So you still got the fig tree. You're still healing people. Still doing what you're
Oh
doing.
my goodness.
You're still in contact with Dr. Sebi. What happened with you? What
They,
you read there that you
they
said?
said, they said, bald head is a no-no. You know,
You know
with
what?
the opinions.
Go into that because not because people forget that. Well, actually, I shouldn't say they forget. A lot of them don't know you're from Madagascar,
Uh, but
so
still,
they don't
I
know the
I'm
culture
going
and
to
whatnot.
respect, but understand clearly it's your
Mhm.
opinion. But
Right.
I just want to throw in there that it's so important at this time that we come together with love. And it's not about criticism, it's not about image. Who cares if you have a bald head, if you have locks, or you have whatever, you have purple hair, you're green, you're purple, whatever. It is about the inside and our inner being. And if we have time to nitpick on what the image says, you're not seeing the inner being, the real person, then you're
Mhm.
not really aligned with your inner being. And that's what keeps us in the confusion. And we have to stop now, right now, because we don't have that kind of time anymore. We don't have that kind of luxury talking about people and that kind of chatty patty.
Yeah,
Chatty
I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna make an intro. I got some people that make an intro, and I'm gonna put that right there. We don't have time for people that keep chatty patty and just rewind it. Chatty patty, chatty patty. They chatty patties. Hey yo, you got the elder. You got the elder even saying a lot of these people are chatty patties.
It's
But
true. Like, yeah, time criticizing. You talk about the person, the size of the person, if they're big, if they're small. You're
mhm.
talking about, just think about it. Think about what was your conversation yesterday? Truly. Because way back from 20, when I was way back in my 20s, I will not let a person have any kind of conversation unless we are talking about health or healing. But it's not about talking about somebody, the image, what they're doing, what they look like, and all these things that creates confusion and stay in the state of confusion. Because the truth of the matter, there's another stage of healing. It's dimensional healing, where I'm
Mm.
going. Dimensional healing, many different dimensions of healing. And where we have to go now is understanding we create our reality.
Hold on. That's right. I drop bombs every chance I get because that's a bomb you just dropped. The
Consciousness and
elder is giving y'all
energy.
that wisdom. Go ahead.
Consciousness and energy is the nature of reality, and it is a thought first where that disease comes from. Just like the food we eat, it's the food. He was a master, he brought it, he brought the steps of where we start to go toward our healing, but
Mm.
to really go toward home. It's the food. It's the food. The food is acid, but now are we what we're
No,
eating
I don't
right
even know
now
if you could
is
call it acid
Frankenstein.
now.
Frankenstein food. That's
Yeah,
what we're
Franken
eating.
foods they call
That's
them.
that's that's all we're eating. But the other part of acid is our thought. We have nothing but acid thoughts.
Oh, so let's wait. Let's go to one that's not an acid thought.
Mhm.
I know you see this person right here, King So, King So,
Mhm.
says, Joel, you've been having some great interviews lately. Keep doing your thing, brother. 100.
Mhm.
Now,
Beautiful.
by far,
Thank you.
by far, I got to admit, and I'm excited to even have you on it because I know you don't do this. And when I ask you, and it's so amazing on how I got to know you, because now we gotta jump into like dealing with the cures, because I know that's the goodies. The people, which you know, every time they see you, people that know who you are, they crowd around you, they bombard you because you always, I just gonna tell the people how you really are. You always just on some nice and whatever, but once they come that certain way, you be on some that Super Bowl football move. Like you be blocking them. They be getting fooled by your kindness. They'll take that for weakness until you gotta let them know. Like the elder don't play. Am I right or wrong? Just if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. All right then. So the first time I ever met you, you remember that, right?
I remember well.
It was what, over 8 years ago?
Yes,
Over
over
eight?
8 years
Oh
ago.
wait,
It was
actually
about,
10.
oh, was it 10?
Yeah, because remember you was at the
Taffy.
right.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember
It was the event.
I always heard about my especially from how you say Dr. Sebi, right? So once I got to see the mama, you understand what I'm saying? Like you've been around from the beginning. Once I heard you was here, because I always thought you was away. I always thought she was away. When I heard you had the office in Brooklyn from Carol, shout out to Carol,
Mm-hmm.
from
Thank
Carol, and I didn't
you.
know you and Carol was like this with Dr. Sebi and everything, because I met Dr. Sebi before I met you.
Mm.
So once Carol said, "Oh yeah, I'll introduce you to my aunt. I'll have you open up for her." So it was like 3 months went by, and I was like, "Yo, I got to meet my aunt. This is the lady that put the stuff together. I gotta meet her." And I was doing the water, and like I'm still doing the water, the alkaline iodized water. So
Mm-hmm.
Carol was like, "Joel, I'll set it up." So one day you had a big event at the healing spot,
Mm-hmm.
and when you have your lectures, everybody who's somebody turns out. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna meet some big. I was very excited. So Carol was like, just come. I was like, did you speak to her yet? And Carol was like, oh, I'll speak to her. I'll speak to her. So coming up to the end, now I'm there,
Mm-hmm.
and the event about to start, and I'm like, I'm not a person that normally get nervous, but I started getting worried a bit. I'm like, wait a minute, Carol, did you speak to her? Carol was like, oh, it's fine, it's fine. I'm like, Carol, you ain't gonna have me embarrass myself, go up there, and they'd be like, yo, what the hell you doing up there?
Mm-hmm.
She went up to you and she said, this young man, you got to see. Now, again, I didn't know Carol was cool with you like that. I didn't know y'all worked together for a long time, none of that. And she said, you got to let this young man open for you. And that stuck with me forever, your reaction. You just simply said, okay. It was no, who is he? What does he do? You just simply said, okay. And I remember I told you, yeah, I'm going to deal with the water and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. You was like, do your thing. And
Mm-hmm.
when I went up there, after it was all done, because with the whole hate I'm getting now with the whole pull down test, that you know the haters, and that we were nameless on them. But when I did that, and what you said after, when I came up, I was like, this lady is extremely humble. You remember what you
Mm-hmm.
said? You
No, no. What I said? No.
Now correct me if I'm wrong. When you said, after a presentation like that, how could I even follow? This guy broke because you was talking about the cancer. You
Mm-hmm.
remember that?
Yeah.
And you were saying how I broke down with the water and
Mm-hmm.
whatnot. You
Mm-hmm.
remember now?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I just remember saying, I can't believe she said that.
Mm-hmm.
What? So with me telling that, what made you? Well, not what made you. How come you are so humble, where you could say, basically, what I'm asking you is, what gave you that instinct where you could tell who to deal with? Because it's something spiritual. That's what I
I
find.
don't think something gives it, or
Because
the
you could have
base
just
of
simply
it
said no.
is,
You could have just simply said no. I
yeah.
don't know him. Get out of here.
No, 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 no. You can't do that. But that's a whole nother story. You can't simply say no and get out of here. But understand, the base of it is love, and life is love, and that platform of life is love. That
That's
is
simple.
genuine. It's that simple, and that is genuine. Not the kind of love society talks about. I love you and all that funny stuff. Kind of love that's not real.
Hmm.
But the essence of what we are, the breath of what we are, is love. And when you really live that, feel that, then it just comes. It's energy, and it comes. It really comes. But I've learned with time
Hmm.
is really the experience of life, because once again, Sebi, I saw him be able to see, because it's that inner seeing, because you could see a person in a flash, in a moment, and you could feel them, because the essence of what we are is energy.
Right.
And I remember when I was little, I used to wonder, I wasn't little, I was 20, 21,
Hmm.
because
But still
remember
looking
that
young, even younger
I
than your age.
I grew up with Sebi, because we started, I was 20, we're 15 years apart. That means he's 35, and that's exactly, those numbers are correct. So I was young and saying, well, how do you know? And he says, oh, girl, get out of here. And I would think, just like the way you're saying, well, how do you recognize that? Like he could see if somebody was up to something. You really can't see it, but it's time. It's time and years and experience, and when you're open and free of all the luggage, you're
Mm.
able to see. But it's an inner seeing. It's not the seeing that they're talking about, and it's not the consciousness that they're talking about. Because, in my humble opinion, do you really know what consciousness is?
Hmm. Damn.
Do you really know?
That's a bomb right there. You know what? I see the people is anxious. They itching. I see I see the moderators is on their job. They just they sending people to the block party. That's Monique. And then that's crazy. Wait, who did you know first? Me or my wife? Because when I got to find out that my wife knew you, and then you was like, "Oh, y'all together." Who did you know first? You knew my wife
I think
first.
I knew you
Oh,
first.
you knew me
Mm-hmm.
first.
Because
Okay.
I met Monique much later. This beautiful goddess.
I don't think it was much later, but
Yeah, yeah, much later. See, now she's walking
I
around.
think I blocked Midnight Black by accident.
Oh, Midnight Black got blocked by accident.
Because it was just
Sorry,
too much.
Midnight Black. We gonna take you off the block, out the block party. My wife did it by mistake. But
There was just too many trolls in a row.
oh yeah, yeah. The trolls always come out. And you know what? When you have a true being of somebody that you could say is a goddess, a legend, the trolls don't know how to act, ma. The trolls ain't gonna know how to
It's
act.
like they want to focus
They,
on
you
theirs
know,
instead of
they
what we're here to talk about.
yeah, they don't know how to act. That's all it is. But we're gonna keep this interview going because we ain't gonna allow them to mess it up. Because they got a lot of people that want this info.
It's about the healing of the nation.
But like you said, are you really conscious? And I got to tell you, a lot of times I heard Dr. Sebi speak about, oh, well, if you ain't eating right, then your mind gonna be messed up. But in this day and age, I find it so weird, my aunt, because you're seeing people that's eating right. They're
Yes,
eating healthy, but they are so
yes,
evil. Their minds is warped. I don't
yes,
care what
yes.
nobody say. Oh, you agree with me?
I agree totally.
Okay. Because when I tell people that they be saying, "Oh, you full of it,
Yeah,
Joel, you
yeah,
crazy."
and
I'm like, I know what I'm talking
there's
about.
probably people that's going to talk about us and they're going to be disagreeing with us.
And they in a conscious community.
But they're about confusion. If you live your life 100%, no confusion, no frustration, no getting mad at somebody, yelling at somebody, cursing somebody out, or thinking something bad and no words, then we are in agreement with you.
Hmm.
But you know that it seems like even more so, the people are trying to eat healthy are even more in this world of confusion, whatever it may be, because it could be your house is about to get repossessed, or you're about to lose the car, you don't have the rent for the car, struggling for the money, and we're still living in this state of
Hmm.
struggling,
Hmm.
but we're still living in this world of superior inferior, because the people that are vegetarians and vegans and raws, you still think that you're better than the next person. No, you're not.
Ooh,
It's
hold
just it's
on.
for us to
Hold on, hold
teach
on, hold on,
them.
ma. Gotta drop a bomb on that. I can't let that slide. People, a lot of people will be shocked what you're saying.
No, because we don't realize, and it's okay. It's all right. They would say it's all right what you feel. It's okay because you have that right to
He
feel
said,
that.
that's okay.
It doesn't. It's not affecting me. It's not taking my breath away. And I love you, no matter what you say and what you feel. I love you, and I really truly mean that. I love you, and it's the love that's going to heal. So no,
Go ahead.
no, no, no. It's about us really coming together. Let all this, sorry, chatty patty go.
No, it's okay. You, yo,
Chatty patty
you a
go.
legend on here. See, you
So,
talking
and
freely.
it's
Go ahead.
about love. It is, and it is truly, we are all gods and goddess. And I say that with respect, totally respect. Because my question is, do you know who you are?
Right.
Do you know who you really are?
Let me just address something real quick. Yo, Lex, you are a moderator, man. You're a moderator as Vortex Unplugged, not Vortex Television. So go on your Unplugged page and you'll see that you are a moderator.
Tell them
Go
they
on.
need to tighten up that chat room.
Yeah, yeah. See my brother here. See how big my brother is, right?
They could tighten
So,
it up,
dude,
or I'll tighten it
he
up.
said, "Yo,
I don't know
they
what the
need to
deal is.
tighten up that chat room." But that's everywhere you go, and that's why what you said is a lot of these people you run into, they like they supposed to be vegan. Their diets is remarkable, and when you look at them, it's like no. Like I heard, I don't know how true it is, but I did see some stuff on the History Channel and all them other places where they said Hitler was a vegan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like Hitler didn't really deal with that meat. So it's like we need to start realizing what's going on. But
It is.
forget these people for
Realizing
now.
it's the healing is from many different aspects. And the beginning of the healing, it is true. It's the food, because if we eat acid food, we're going to have acid thoughts.
Hmm.
But it's a loop, because we have acid thoughts, which creates that feeling, and it becomes a loop. So you continue to have those toxic thoughts,
Facts.
and it's so important now for us that cancer, part of that cancer
Mm.
is because you're angry. That those are angry cells.
Yeah.
Those are infected cells. And what we're doing is getting those poison infected cells out with the herbal compound,
Mm-hmm.
and you no longer have the cancer. But if you have the anger in you,
Comes back.
you're creating more.
And
Just
it
like
always come back with a vengeance
a
too.
vengeance. So, and you have to understand, okay, all the parts. The food is a trigger. It triggers it because it is toxic. It is poison. It is acid. This food we're eating, uric acid, lactic acid, carbonic acid. We eat nothing but acid foods.
Hmm.
We eat nothing but acid foods.
Mm.
And even when we become vegetarians and vegans, we still eat toxic foods. It's very challenging living in America because if you think for a moment that you're getting organic food, hoodwinked again because they use one less chemical. You know, this is America. They're going to continue to use chemicals. The FDA could stamp it. It's better. Yes, I know it tastes better, but it still has chemicals in it. So we're walking through chemicals every minute. We're in the middle of a biological chemical warfare. Truly, we are. The herbs are the ones that give the helping hand. The herbs are the ones that are getting that poison out. The herbs are the ones that are protecting us. And it's not just one herb, it's a formula. And I'm thankful and I'm thankful and I'm thankful and with much gratitude that we were able to create these formulas because it's not just that one herb. Oh, I drink chamomile, or um, I don't know, what is the other one they use? Burdock. Burdock is good. Burdock is great. But it's the formula that makes the difference because
Mm-hmm.
it's a combination of herbs. And that's what Sebi and I did throughout the forest and our travels and our dating.
Y'all actually went out there.
We went out there and collected, and that makes the difference in your healing process.
Now let me ask you. Um, how was your state? No, no. I'm gonna ask you. Let me ask you correctly. When you heard Dr. Sebi went to jail, and then you hear that he died in jail, what was your thoughts? Was it you feel like assassination attempt? Um, did you wonder, well, why didn't anybody get him out of jail? What was going on? Was everything a setup? What's your thoughts on that?
I didn't have any thoughts because I was in too much pain, and even bringing it up or mentioning it is too emotional. So I didn't have any thoughts on assassination, or that may have played a part as far as um, that environment. It was pain. It's pain. It's hurtful because we are soulmates, and it is painful the thought of him being in that place and alone, that, and to leave that way. But we can't change destiny. We can't change what has been carved out. And this is way to the left, but it was, I don't like these words, but it was horrible the way Malcolm died. And you know that that was a setup, but still, you couldn't change that. They only played a part in the journey of life. It was terrible the way King died, and he brought so much to us
Mm-hmm.
that he just got shot down. But can you change that?
No, it's already done.
You can't change that. So, in Sadie passing, whatever way it was that caused him to pass,
Mm-hmm.
right now, we can't change it. All we could do is focus on right now, in the present, and go forward into the healing of the nation and us really focusing on the healing aspect of it and what he brought and the gift. Because we're not going to know for a fact we're not gonna know why somebody didn't do it. We're not gonna know if they played a part on it. We don't know. So for us to use the energy there, what good is it gonna do? The
Because it seemed
pain.
like a lot of people just took it and ran with it. It was like their time to post it all up on YouTube and Facebook to get views, mainly
Ran with
YouTube.
that somebody killed that they
Yeah,
killed them.
and coming with all these narratives, and
True.
it's, so you
It's
agree with
true.
me. You
It's
agree with
true.
how I
It's
feel
true.
about it,
They
right?
ran with it, but it's only for a time. It's only for a time. Let's see who carries out.
I like how you said that it's only for a time, meaning don't get it twisted. Yo, I like get it get fooled. Get fooled. The mama right here. She's up there in the echelons. Like I said, for years, she been doing this work. So nobody can't say that it ain't true or they don't know what's going on. She been doing this work. Real quick. Oh, hold on 1 second, people. Hold on. Let me put this on mute for a second. Hold on. Three. Sorry about that, people. Technical difficulties, I guess I could say, right?
Mhm.
But that was mommy.
Mhm.
Real
And we
quick.
got to answer her when she calls.
That's right. When mama call, you gotta answer.
Mm.
Um, Let me just share the screen with the people real quick so they know we have an event coming up. Phil Valentine
Mm.
is coming here. Okay, and that would be February 26, 2017. Tickets on Eventbrite, people. Go check it out. It'll be at St. Francis College. You can get the tickets at you can get the tickets at Nicholas Brooklyn or Nicholas Harlem. All right. Now, no tickets will be sold at the door. Bottom line, don't want to hear it. You already been told. You already been warned. No tickets will be sold at the door. Now, without any further ado, let's get back to my and let's get more into the whole aspect of healing, shall we?
Mhm. It's about the healing.
Okay, now we know Dr. Sebi was talking. You gave us the history of that, how you was around from the beginning. You still around, still helping people, still curing people. I know you don't even really like that word cure, but for
I help you through the
communication
process,
purpose,
but
yeah,
it is totally and completely alleviated when we finish
there you
with
go.
the herbs and the change of the eating habits.
And so there you have it. Now we'll open up the chat. Before I open up the chat real quick, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. Now, on healing, how was it for you to gain that victory alongside Dr. Sebi in the Supreme Court to be one of the people to say, well, we won the case on the fact that AIDS can be cured? Because the judge, like, how did the judge even come to that decision to say, well, you know what, because we know how they say you ain't gonna get a fair shot in the in this system.
In the system.
And
But
y'all
see,
work, and y'all
because
been working against the system because y'all been doing the right thing, correct? Once you do the right thing, they see it as you a threat. But go ahead.
yeah, they see it as a threat. But it is in the courts. It was he was arrested for doctor and practicing medicine without a license and the label. Those were the things.
The label.
Yeah, about the label. All that I had to do. You know, I met with the FDA and with all the court people and put the label the way the FDA
Wanted it.
regulations.
Oh, okay.
It was because we start off mom and pop, so we just put the name on there. Let me tell you how we started. And we get back. Make sure I get back to that point. We started with a long time ago. We started with the people came, and a lot of people came from Mexico, but people came from all over, and they brought their bottles. I didn't know nothing about ordering bottles or labels or seals, and I cooked the herbs, and when they come, Sadie, just like the way you serve food, Sadie would say, "Ma'a, go give them so and so," and I would pour the herb in the bottle that they brought. That's how we started. So what do I know about labels? You know, the proper
Right.
labels, and that's not my world.
You know they needed this for this. You got that. Bring your bottle. Come pour it in. Go about your business. Feel better.
Exactly. But what we won in court was because Sebi said, and I don't want to ever lose this part of it. It was natural vegetation cell food, not herbs, not medicine, natural vegetation cell food, not supplement. And so, because this is cell food, then it's food. It is food that we're giving you. That's why it's food that's nourishing and strengthening your body and putting it in an alkaline environment. And nothing can live in an alkaline environment. So in the court,
acidic, right?
in that court, and Sebi sitting there telling and able to really talk. Now they would say, "Okay, sir, this is not a lecture. We don't have the time for that." But in explaining his point, it would go on and on and on.
Right.
But the judge, she was very interested and enthused
Oh, it was
and
a female
engaged.
judge.
It's a female judge,
White, black,
Jew.
Jewish. Oh, yeah, white. Okay.
And so she was very engaged in it and like ask him questions, even though it was a jury.
Let me find
And
out
it's
he
the
cured her
jury.
something on the low. Nah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, she was interested and wanted to meet with him afterwards because she was
Oh,
interested
so
in
I was
getting
right.
herbs.
So I was right. Okay, yeah. So continue
Yeah.
the jury.
So what
Continue.
was the question?
No. You was explaining with the jury like how the whole concept came about. Like, how did you feel with the whole, you know, winning that case that y'all actually did something groundbreaking?
It, it felt good. It felt great, but it's not from that aspect because I feel, and I think we both did. I can't say exactly for, but I remember saying a lot of people called. I mean, authority. The top scientists call. Sebi doesn't know anything about these people because it's me answering the phone, and he was arrested and is in the jail 2 days. We got him out, and then he's there in New York. So they're calling me. So this scientist says, well, he should be put in jail 10 feet under or win the Nobel Peace Prize. Click. Then another scientist, I don't, I'm not in that world, so I don't know who they are, but they're calling and saying these ugly things or saying these nice things, but not believing it. But my thought then was, well, how can you live on the planet without the plants? It's the plants that give us life because it's going to come. It's not about eating this food. It's the only thing that's going to give us life and save us is the plants. So therefore, you cannot say remember, I'm a different entity.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way that I had the feeling that we were going to lose. It's like right now, this is not about competition and that somebody West Coast is going to win. It's not about competition or somebody else, whoever it is,
Mm.
because it's not about selling herbs or competition. It's about healing. And because we are true to nature and life, nothing else can come out but in our favor.
Mm.
There's nothing else that could be that way. And it's hard sometimes for people to understand that because we live in the matrix and we're so mechanical. And then what are you talking about, Ma'an? And
Right, right,
what is
right,
that whole
right.
metaphysics stuff? And don't talk that metaphysical mumbo jumbo. But in that feeling in winning, that's why I had to clarify it because it wasn't winning, because we own it and they forget. And what we don't understand is because we as a people, this is to the left, we
Mm.
still give them the power.
Mm.
So at that moment, you're giving them the power to think that, oh, we won them. No, 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 no.
Don't work that way.
It doesn't work that way at all.
Facts. I agree with you 100% on that. Facts. But like you said, our people so caught up in saying that metaphysical mumbo jumbo,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not mumbo jumbo. I just learned you've been in it way longer than me, so you already know it's like, yo, whatever. Go about your business. Don't want to be around you, cause like even with the like you said, the competition, like it's so embedded deep in the conscious community now, in all communities, but especially this conscious community that's supposed to be conscious, that's
Conscious.
supposed to be righteous.
What is that?
Yeah, well, what is that? It's like constantly, always the yelling, the bickering, the back and forth, the screaming, and then when you try to take a high road, it's like you see that sometimes you got to spank them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? But that's where y'all, the elders, come in, and mama comes and spank that butt. Gotta let you, and then Papa comes and most time Papa just look at you and you know to get in line.
That's right.
I think that's what's been missing in the community. That's what's been missing, because the people like us that have these streams, and like I said, quite frankly, a lot of times I know there's a lot of people that y'all don't like dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all see the, like you said, with the competition and the fall, and they're not keeping it true to it being about the healing, correct?
Yeah, they're not. About the healing.
Yeah.
About the healing. And what are you doing? It's just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, yo, ain't no other way you can access, like, yo, what are you doing? Really, do you know what you're doing?
That's Mama speaking right there.
All right, now I'm gonna open up. Do you want me to open up the chat for
Yeah,
people?
you can
Yes.
open up. What is
Okay.
that? Sadie was about to drop that new pill.
Where you at?
Right there, Danny Jones.
Danny Jones, Sebi was about to drop that new pill. I don't know nothing about that,
Mm-mm.
but Dr. Sebi didn't have to drop new pill. The man already had all the herbs and the different things for curing people. But let's go. Let me put the link. You know what? I don't know. Maybe because I seen the chat room been a little bit, no, not too many trolls, but they had a few trolls, and a lot of times y'all need to like, subscribe, and share these videos. And when them trolls come on there, y'all need to shut them damn trolls down, man. But I don't know if I should put out the link for them. I guess we should take a poll. Let's take a poll. If y'all want me to put out the link, press 1. For those who don't want me to put out the link, just press 2. And let's see how that goes. In the meantime, let me copy this. Just the link. All right. And you will be seeing a lot more of my Believe me. Um,
That's
you
quick
see,
fix for constipation.
that person
Eat
had to
nothing
have
but
just came in late.
eat nothing but green vegetables.
That person had to come in late. Melissa Waller, quick fix or constipation. Yeah, okay. Um, Royale. Let me send this to Royale first. Give him the first opportunity to speak with you, Mr. Royale.
So what?
Exclusives.
That
I'm
they
sending you
need
the
to come
link.
in live.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm gonna moderate it. So if anybody wanna ask you whatever, cause they hitting up in the chat. Sorry people, we ain't got no phone lines for you to call in and ask or none of that. This is one where you just gonna have to deal with the Google Hangouts. You don't have to come on. I don't know. I might do something with the phones, release the Skype. I don't know. You understand? I might. I'm seeing the ones. Yeah, got people that want you to come on. So I'm going to release the link in the chat. And people, keep your questions to a minimal. Don't bombard. Let's see. Let a few people come on first. Hold on 1 second. This is how it is when we live. Like I always say, these are the ills that we deal with when we're live. Okay. All right, come on in the chat.
so we have an office in Florida. You could order online, and
Wait a
we
minute.
have
I'm
an
sorry. How
office
much
in.
office do you have?
We have an office. Well, because my daughter's in Florida,
Okay.
and we want to give a shout out to WeWi.
Yeah, ready. She read that.
Yeah, I did.
I'm sorry. Go
And
ahead.
we have an office in Atlanta, Georgia, too. I was just
You
throwing
have
that
the
out there.
address. You have the addresses. But you
No.
know the New York one real good.
Yeah, that's because that's where I am.
Yeah. Well, give them
But you
give
could
them that New York one again. Let them know what they could see when they walk up in there until the people come on.
45 Willoughby, Willoughby Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. And it's Avenue. Be careful, Avenue.
Yeah,
In the
yeah.
Fort Greene area, um, right across the street from a school. The cross streets are Adelphi and Claremont. But I know this is all over the United States, right?
Yes.
So I want you to know that you can order. You could order online. And then if you're in Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, you could go into the office.
You have the website to give them
Um,
or contact information, numbers they
call,
could call
yeah,
the
yeah,
office.
call the office, and we'll give you the numbers. So sorry, I didn't bring all that. I was just,
No, I'm talking about the office for New York.
yeah,
You
call,
got.
yeah, yeah.
You
Oh,
want to
yeah,
give
one
them?
eight hundred 998 5909. 1-800-998-5909. And the hours are 11 to 7, and we're open Tuesday through Saturday. Tuesday through Friday is 11 to 7, and then Saturday is 12 to 6.
All right, there you have it. Um,
Come by and see me. Just show some love.
so I don't want to hear that. Yo, what we gonna do?
Mhm.
Dr. Sebi's gone. Who do we have to really pass on? Because like you said, when your children bring the information to you, that's what you hear.
Mhm.
It's like, yo, it's no excuse. A lot of y'all that didn't know she's here, she is here. Especially for the people in New York, especially for the people in Brooklyn. We have somebody here that from the beginning been doing this for how many years?
45.
45 years.
Over
So
45 years.
there's no excuse. All right,
Mhm.
let's go to the room. I sent the link out to 3 people, so 3 people should come on, and then after waiting for them, and then after I'm going to have the other people come, and just ask some more questions. Brother Royale,
Yes, sir.
don't be rude, man. Do
Don't be rude.
I'm messing with you. Go ahead, man.
That's right. Salute to the goddess in the room with you. Uh, Hello, greetings to you.
Greetings to you. Thank
Uh,
you.
yeah, I guess my question was it was two, but it's down to one because we already lost one of the men that I was really concerned with. He had colon cancer, and but my main concern at this point is my youngest son is he's a type 1 diabetic. And I believe I spoke with King Simon. He was telling me to reach out to you, but Joel did the greatest honors of putting you on the show right there. So I don't even have to track you down. Where are you? And you just put the information out. But as far as with the diabetes, was one of the main reasons I wanted to get to look for Dr. Sebi to try to get out that Dr. Sebi. And from what I'm hearing, you was one of the main one behind the formula, but with the putting the herbs together, etc. So just any practical ways that I can help him. And that's like one of the main things right now is like, the main thing is just to get his system cleared up.
He needs the herbs. He really needs the herbs because we got to clean it out. We got to clean the pancreas out. It's the
Mm-hmm.
pancreas, as you well know, is not functioning properly. But as in general, it's changing the eating habits. How old is he?
He's 16 now.
See, it could be a little challenge because his eating habits are so restricted. Now I know the medical world gives you one kind of way of eating, but it's not totally consistent with what is needed because he needs, and this is an overplay now, but he needs to eat totally alkaline.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens at this age, 16, he will, there are a lot of things that are habit.
Right.
There's a lot of, I'm just use this for example, um, pizza. We could say no to pizza and he's going to go out and eat pizza. Well, that cheese is a killer.
Mm-hmm.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
Right there, you're feeding the disease.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't approach him with don't eat this, don't eat that. I don't approach anybody with that, don't eat this, don't eat that. It is to show him, and that's what I do in the consultation, is show you what the disease is and how did you get here, because the question is how do we get here
Mm-hmm.
and what caused it to be, so then you have that will to change the eating habits because it's an eating habit.
Right. Yeah. See,
So
I'm just getting custody of him, so I'm, with him under my care, like I was able to get him to stop eating meat for a big chunk of time, and then he went back with his mom for a little bit and kept bringing him back. So, like you said, with his eating habits, it's been fluctuating. But the main thing is like I try to explain to him that it's really on him. It's not, it's not something that I can do for him. You got what I'm saying? So that's why it's like just what's some of the is there like, okay, well, these herbs per se will help speed up the process. Like I know I do the
yeah,
okra
we have
drink.
herbs to speed up that process, but you got to
Mm-hmm.
bring him in. We have to
Mm-hmm.
sit down and talk. He has to be in that consultation and engage and be so that he can be interactive with it,
Mm-hmm.
so that he could be a part of it and understand.
Yeah, definitely. I'm, he's smart enough to listen and wise enough to take heed spiritually, and let that embed in his mind, so it's not just me speaking to him, and he don't just feel
Right.
like So, because from early on, I would show him Dr. Sebi videos. You got what I'm saying? So from early on, he knew it. So that's why when he was around me, he wouldn't eat the meat. But we got to a point where again, he wasn't with me. Right. So now he's back with me, and now it's like, okay, I want to do my best. So because 16, he's still really young to a point where he doesn't have to have like, he doesn't have a 40-year habit, 60-year habit, a 20, 30-year habit. Like this is still something where he can change and actually hopefully um, do it itself. You got what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to do my best to program him, but if, with the consultation, hopefully he's able to kind of see it and sponge the energy and take the information in for himself, where I want him to be able to have his own initiative to feel like, I can come here myself. I can do this myself. You got what I'm saying? Opposed to, dad bought me and dad, is forcing me to eat the right thing. And then when I'm busy and I'm doing something else, he goes, I don't want him to relapse. You got what I'm saying? So,
Exactly.
yeah.
The one that I do with the young people.
Mm-hmm.
We lost the sound. I'm so
No,
sorry.
no, it's still there. You can hear you.
Oh, the
I hear
one
you.
I do with the young children is give him a homework assignment. He has to
Mm-hmm.
be in because we have to be that one-on-one. But
Mm-hmm.
it is to take that meat, whatever that favorite meat is, if it's chicken, steak, hamburger, I don't know, whatever meat it is. I can't even.
Mm-hmm.
And you put it on that counter and you leave it covered and you leave it there for 10 days. And each day you watch it and you take that magnifying glass and you watch each stage that it goes through and you write the date and the time and everything that it's covered, so you can't say it was contaminated, you can't say it was a fly, anything, and watch it turn to maggots.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have to cook it. You have to cook
Mm-hmm.
that and say, okay, now you eat this. No salt, no pepper, no seasoning, no oil. Now you eat this. Now eat that, this is the real thing of what you're eating. You're eating maggots.
Mm.
It's not about don't eat. It's not about vegan or vegetarian. It's about you're eating
Yeah.
maggots.
I'm sure that'd be fun for him. He's like, oh, my first assignment is eat maggots.
All right.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
Go ahead. You have one more question for?
It's a lot of asthmatics in the family because, you could say from, all types of environments, again, with diet again, but with the asthmatics is another big thing that I would come across. It's asthma, whatever one you feel you can answer, whether it's the asthma, I know somebody who have the lupus, I know somebody, high blood pressure, whatever one you feel you can address, because I know these are the main things that I
Hold on,
hear
Royale. You
consistently.
better bring your backside. When do your office close? He better come in and get his consultation. Stop playing. This ain't that freebie
No,
thing.
no, no. I'm just,
Trying to fit
just
three
no.
different
I
things
said
in one question.
no. I said answer whatever one you feel like. You know what?
I'm
Because
messing with you, man. Go ahead.
yeah, I hear a lot of people with that.
Nah. Let my eye get my head.
Okay, got you.
It's about what disease, the base, the foundation is
Mm-hmm.
mucus. And what we're doing is getting the mucus out. I make a joke, and everybody's life is real and very serious, but we're the mucus busters. But it is getting the mucus out because it is the cause.
Ghostbusters.
We look at the cause. Eliminating the cause is eliminating the problem, and we're looking at the cause.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look at asthma, see, everything has a title, and these titles are according to the symptoms. So when you're looking at asthma, you're looking at asthma, just like if we look at cancer, arthritis, or lupus. We're looking at that title, but not what it is
Mm-hmm.
and what's causing it to be. And that's the important part, that coming in and guiding you and really understanding what it is, because I can say mucus and you could go back and say mucus to them. They're not going to understand.
No.
They're not going to really get it, and how important it is to get it out of the system, and then you're totally and completely alleviated of the disease.
What about exercise?
That's important. We don't do enough exercise. We really don't. And it's so important to keep stimulating and keep the body going and to keep the lymphatic system up, to activate the body. We have really, really, as a society, this
Mm-hmm.
society has become really lazy. So exercise plays a part in there.
Could you put the you said the address or something? What's
Yeah, I'll put that in a link. Real quick. Yeah, I'll put it in the link.
Okay, cool.
Not already, but I'll put it in the description. What time are you open? What days are you open?
It's 45 Willoughby Avenue, and we're open Tuesday through Friday, 11 to 7. And then Saturdays, we're open from 12 to 6.
There y'all have it.
And the phone number,
Oh yes, phone number.
1-800-998-5909.
Now, people, I am going to open the link for y'all. I'm posting it right now. People, don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. I know it's a lot of people like the video, but they let the trolls put thumbs down to the video, especially when it's a good video. It's dropping knowledge. You always gotta hate us somewhere, but
Mm.
thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe. joelbenjamin528. People, I'm putting the link in. Come on now, forever hold your peace. We ain't gonna have an interview for like almost 4 hours, like we did with.
I know that. I've seen the hours. I'm
Yeah,
like
nah,
4 hours.
I ain't gonna do that to my eye.
God.
Yeah, my eye is a very busy lady. You understand? So come on now. I'm posting up the link for the live chat. So come on in. You can ask her
So you can read some of
your
those
question from me
up
direct.
there. What are those people up there?
They just
Are those trolls?
thumbs up. No, no, no. You know when you see the trolls, they be saying some real hateful stuff.
Oh.
You know the trolls when you see the trolls.
Oh.
Even if they try to act nice, you still know, if they're chatty patty,
Yeah.
right? Okay, when y'all come on here, please mute your mic. Don't just come on here, mute your mic. Okay, I see somebody on. I am 7. They spelled it with a 7 in the beginning. I get. Yep. What's up, man? You go and you mute your mic. Talk. What's your question for my aunt?
Hey, how you doing? Peace to you guys. I had a question. I've been eating more, uh, I would say alkaline, natural for a few years now, but I never approached fasting or detoxing. And I really want to get into one, but there's so many things going on with it.
Hold
There's so
on,
many.
bro, real quick. She didn't hear what you said. You have to speak up because you sound real low. You got to speak up louder.
Okay,
And
can you
everybody
hear me
else
now?
who else come on here, mute your mic. If you come on here, mute your mic. Yeah, go
Okay.
ahead, bro.
Yeah, I was asking about fasting and detoxing because I've been eating more of a the alkaline, uh, I would say list that Sebi had on his website. I've been doing it for a few years, but I was trying to see what's a good way to go into fasting or detoxing.
You have to be very, very careful with going into fasting. It's not something I think the body goes into a shock when you go just jump into it fasting. You start off with just eating vegetables, only green vegetables, stay away from the oil, the salt, then go into eating salad, and then say for a week and or 3 days. And then you go into salad, just eating salad, but you're staying away from the oils and the salts, those kinds of things that are destructive to the body. Then you go into fruit, just fruit for the 7 days. Then you go into juice. And then if you're going into that real strict fasting, then you go into the water. Then you took it in stages. And then
Okay, yeah, because
you
I'm at the I'm at
water.
the fruit stage now. Between the fruit stage and I was gonna start up the juicing probably in the next 2 days, but I've been transitioning probably the past 3 weeks. I was on more vegetables and fruits like 3 weeks ago, and I got down to just fruit for the past week, just completely fruits. So I would go into the juice and then the water fast.
and then the water.
Okay.
And then and get your herbs. The herbs is still part, doesn't deplete or take away from the fasting. I don't know if you copy.
Okay. Which
No,
herb
he's
did you
not
take that
talking.
supported?
Oh, okay.
He's
It's,
listening.
you need at least the Maya. Get your Maya to nourish your blood, to clean your blood, to purify your blood. You need that to strengthen you while you're going through the fast, to electrify those cells.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Would I need
Thank you, bro.
any other herbs besides that one?
Oh, you got one more question? All right, go
Uh,
ahead.
what we have is the drink Electra, and it is um, it has all the minerals, 102 minerals, and you need that nourishment, especially this weather and living in this region.
You need that
Uh huh.
vitamin D in your system, right?
You need to have that while you, and you can go on and on and on. Sebi, I know you maybe, I'm assuming, you've heard of fasting for 30 days, 90 days. Well, a long
Right.
time ago, we used to fast, but and we would fast even past 90 days and have the children fasting, but we still had all our nutrients.
Right.
And the nutrients are what the body is made out of, which means you need those 102 minerals. And so we have, what we have is the drink Electra, and the drink Electra now, and then now you're getting everything, and you could go on and on and on
So
because
is that similar to
all
the
the
sea moss
food.
and the bladder wrack?
Hmm?
Is that similar to the sea moss and the bladder wreck? How it's
The
saying?
sea moss and the bladder exactly. Plus, it's a formula, so it's plus all those others. Because I
Oh,
know
okay.
you can easily get your sea moss, yeah, and that's good, that's excellent.
Well, of
But you want
course.
the formula because now you're getting everything.
Right. And if
Right.
you want that CMOS, we got it at Nicholas Brooklyn and Nicholas Harlem. You could just go online, place an order, and definitely when you want to get your body right, consultation. And she also has CMOS, correct?
Mhm.
Get it from my. All right, let me go to the next
All right.
question.
Thank you.
Next person in the room, bro.
Thank you. Much love. Truly.
I am seven. You heard? Okay. Yeah, he muted his mic. All right. So let's go to Stephen Bradley. Stephen Bradley, unmute your mic. Yes, he don't got nothing to say. Stephen Bradley. One more time. Going once, going twice. Okay. Guess he just wanted to be on there. Now, let's go. Let's see any question from the chat.
What was that? Go back. Lupus? Something.
Lupus. I sure got
Yo, what's up, Joel?
who's on here.
It's butter. It's buttermilk.
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk who?
Man, I changed my name to my full name because I had to switch my. You know, buttermilk. You always give me a shout out.
Oh, what's up, man? I was about to eject you out of here. I was like, nah,
I know. What's going on, Joel? 215-315, man.
Yo, we had this in the 718. You're on Joel Benjamin 528. I got Queen right now. What's your question for her? Come on with it.
My question is, how can we get more sisters to cleanse themselves and keep up on a hygiene, as well as if they're in the bed with a significant other, but he don't want to say she smell just on the corner that he got love for. So how should women be cleansed when it's time to go to their bed and lay with their mate?
Mm.
Great question right there.
Yeah, it
Matter of
is.
fact, I'm gonna step away. 'Cause that's one where they go to the ladies. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this coming from your boy Buttermilk, man.
I'm gonna move out the frame. That's you. Go
Oh,
ahead, man.
it
Go in the middle. Go ahead. That's on
because
you.
they're very sensitive with that, and to be able to say to them, "Look, there's a smell here, and it's uncomfortable." But okay,
How
so
can you say it without
the
being
very first thing is
disrespectful and without the black woman catching feelings? And then next thing you know, the ego trips start happening, and then here we go in the argument.
Now let her give her answer though. Let her give the answer. Go ahead.
the mm, because you have to use.
It's a hard question.
Yeah, it's really hard because number one, you have to use tender.
Very interesting though.
You have to first. You have to use tender, loving care. Tender,
Okay,
loving care
okay.
first before you could even penetrate in. Because now I'm a nutritionist, so I'm going to talk from the nutrition aspect of it. And
Yeah,
the
yeah. Like first,
only way a smell can come, even if it's your breath or even under your arms or whatever smell it is, it's coming from internal. And that smell is coming from what you've been eating and meaning that you need to clean.
far as
Now,
a detox.
yeah, but sometimes it's deeper than just detoxing.
So what you mean by flushing the system out and
Yeah,
eating the right fruits so it could taste and smell a different way?
exactly. Exactly. Does she eat fish?
I'm just hypothetically going off the top.
Oh, well, a lot of times when they eat fish, they have that odor.
So fish travel through the body and
Oh God,
and, and sits, and next thing you know, the girl might be smelling like fish.
yeah, or just have that funny odor. But when their body is toxic, that odor can come out, even if
So
they
is it
don't.
good? So is it good to use apple cider in the bathtub to snap back so it can bring it right back?
No,
So apple cider isn't good to soak in bathe water for females to cleanse their wound out.
no.
But I was told apple cider is. You put it in the barrel
I
from
know,
the
but we were told a whole lot of things. Can't go by what you were told because we're told a whole lot of things.
You told you were
Remember,
less
they
than a
were.
man in slavery,
You remember
right?
at the time everybody thought tofu was good. Let alone they still telling you milk is good and telling you to eat pork. But
yeah, yeah, we know milk ain't good because it's pus from cows.
exactly, exactly.
We supposed to be eating coconut milk, drinking coconut milk. You know what I mean?
So I want her to
But
because
the
I
point
mentioned
is
too with
the
that snapback.
apple cider is that it's
Apple. I'm talking
external.
about vinegar.
Now
Vinegar.
hold on, bro, because I wanted to give so the people could
No,
get.
no. Listen, Joel. Listen, Joel. Give me a minute. I'm talking about vinegar apple cider. If a female wound is not you're bathing in vinegar apple cider to cleanse the wound because the vinegar goes up into the wound and it takes all the bacteria out. Am I right or
No,
wrong?
no, no, but wait.
Am I right or wrong, Queen?
Hold on. We got the queen. Nope, I'm not holding on. We got the queen here. Let her explain. Go ahead.
Apple cider vinegar is acid. So, as one may get benefits from it that they have said, it's still destroying. It's more destructive than it is beneficial.
Go ahead.
Because it's an example, this is to the left. A lot of people say garlic is good, and garlic got my pressure down. And I'm only using this as a hypothetical. But garlic is acid and it burns a hole in the veins. So this apple cider is acid. So it's not cleaning it totally because it's destroying more than it's cleaning. So it may have its benefits. And you may know it as those benefits that it has, but it doesn't change the fact of what the destructive part that it may do.
That's it.
You see? I don't know if he's still there.
Nah, he was on mute because I wanted him. I wanted you to properly finish. Um, go ahead, man.
That's the same chemicals the sisters is putting in their hair when they go to the salon. So you telling me that apple cider vinegar you wouldn't cleanse yourself, but you would rather put the poison that the Asians and all that across the world giving their sisters to go in the salon and use the perms and all that,
What
the
do you,
the
excuse me,
dye and all.
Hold on, she talking to you. She got a
but
question for you.
excuse me, what are you saying? I really don't get this. Before you go into the that you're saying that I'm saying that it's okay. Wait, let's look at my head. I'm not saying it's okay. They are doing it, and what is happening is it's going through the pores of the head and destroying the brain cells, and then you have Alzheimer, and you wonder why. Way later. Come on now, I'm not
Mm,
saying it's okay.
all
Are we getting it
right.
mixed up here or something?
All right. Enough said. Let's move on. You already said it. You put it like it is. Um,
Hmm.
let's go on. Let's see anything from the chat. Let me see anything from the chat. Um, you seen that? That's funny. All right. One of the major big things, as you know, sex drive, male impotence. Tell the men out there some of the ways they can help, or definitely come see you. You know,
The
get the
sex drive, the
consultation.
sex. Okay, once again, we're looking at the cause and the sex drive, and a lot of men are having low sex drive, and it is because of the blockage. There's a blockage. Now, I don't know because I'm not out there. Are there still a lot of people eating tofu?
Yes.
Okay, let me tell you,
Oh,
tofu
oh, wait, hold on. I'm
causes.
sorry. They're eating it and don't even know they're eating it because you know they're adding it into other products.
Oh yeah, the
This,
soy.
yeah.
They're adding it into everything. But that soy causes low sex drive. It will take your sex drive completely away. Completely away. I've had clients that come and as soon as they go on the fast, take the herbs and clean out, it comes back. That's just one of the causes. But what's happening with the sex drive and it being on the rampage, because it's really big now, is the blockage. There's a blockage there. And what we're doing is breaking up that blockage because the blood's not able to flow through freely. But also, we have diabetes and the medicine they take causes the sex drive to drop. And we have these foods that you eat that causes the sex drive to drop. And then number one is that soy.
Hmm. Simple as that. So what are some of the things they could do or take, or when they come to you and they see you and they say, well, listen, this is the problem. What are some of the things that you give them or would say to them, like to get a start, you know,
T1. The
T1.
T1. They could
No,
come and that
that's
with the
that's a
T1 and you
powerful.
need your Maya.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
T1.
a, that one is
Come, you
powerful.
gotta come get the T1. That's what I was talking about. And now I've even made it stronger. You gotta get your T1. And you can order it. If you're not here in New York, you can definitely order the fig tree online and order it. And if you're in Georgia, you can pick it up there. But it is the T1 and the Maya. I always stress the Maya, and the Maya is always in the forefront because you got to clean the blood, and it's the blood that's flowing through there. But first, it's the blood. Everybody's made out of blood, and we are toxic. I don't care how good you eat and how much you've been cleaning, you're still toxic. You live in America. Remember that. So we've got to constantly clean, just like you constantly brush your teeth. Think of if you don't brush your teeth for a whole week. What
Hmm.
would your mouth feel like? So you got to clean your blood. And then the T1 is to build and to nourish and to clean that whole area, that prostate area. A lot of men are having prostate problems, enlarged prostate, and it's all because of all that mucus that's built up there. And it's not functioning, but everybody's worried about the PSA count, not looking at what's causing it to be.
Facts. And for the women that have that like really bad yeast infection, Like they're really bad to the point where it affects the pregnancy.
Wait, what is she saying?
Hmm.
If you're a vegan for health reasons, you don't eat soy. If you just don't want to eat
Hold on
meat,
one
then
second.
you won't have a problem with soy. What
Okay.
does she mean you won't have a problem with soy?
Listen, don't even study that. Tell the people about the women that have the yeast infection. What to do?
The yeast infection. It's been a long time process. You're still on camera.
Hmm.
um, um, that yeast infection is so many different reasons that's causing it, but the overall general, because it is what we eat that is causing the yeast infection. Rice, starchy foods, cheese, is what we eat. And so once you have that infection, now you got to really go through a cleansing, not just a detox, a deep cleansing. And part of that yeast infection, and they may not realize they have it, is also what causes the smell.
Mm. So they gotta check what they eat.
Mm-hmm.
So what about when those vegans get it? Is it because of the tight pan?
Wait.
Well, yeah, my eyes reading. Why are
Soy
you
is for
reading these
women and not
comments?
men? Oh
Yeah.
my
Wait,
God.
who
Wait,
said that?
go
Point
back
it
down.
out. Point it out.
I
I don't
mean,
know why a lot of my
soy,
guests come, they do that. They get caught up with
servant of
servant of Israel
Israel.
says soy is for women, and you know what? That expound on it.
Oh my God, please.
Yeah, because that's the thoughts of
We
the people
need to
out there.
know. It is, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but there is a conspiracy against us. You need to understand that. Sorry. People, please. Soy causes the brain to swell. It breaks down the nervous system. It attacks the thyroid. It breaks the mucous membranes down. It causes a tumor. How could it be for women? It is man made. It was a fluke that it was made. And this is a scientific fact. This is not my opinion. It was made by man, not something nature made.
So it's like a hybrid.
It's a hybrid. And your body can't break it down because it's plastic.
Mm. Yeah,
Please,
take
you
the
got to
soy
do the
cheese and leave
research
it
and do
out
the
and see
surface.
what
Don't do the
happens.
surface one. Don't defend that soy. There was this movie a long time ago. It was this white stuff that everybody was eating, and they start killing people, and that's what's happening to us. All this killing stuff is that white stuff. All it is that white stuff. It has nothing. It doesn't have any minerals, no nothing. Your body is made of
Facts.
minerals. It has absolutely nothing. And you don't need something in the place of meat. Meat is maggots. So why is everybody trying to, I need a meat replacer? What? You need something to replace maggots? No.
No, when it comes to meat, it's just meat sits in your body longer. So saying like, I know from experience, so because when I just stopped eating meat, what wound up happening is I wound up going to sugar.
Oh, that's
So
true. I agree 100%.
so it's just you be so empty, and you get hungry faster. So you got to eat from experience. I know you just got to have more meals a day.
True.
So
True. I understand, especially male, because it's the goth. You want that full. No, it's anybody. It's not male. Mm-mm.
mm,
It's you want that full feeling. I get it. I
right.
understand. This only happens.
Real quick, Venus says, Joel, what's her contact information? I need consultation. Give them your contact info one more time.
I love you, Venus. It's 1-800-998-5909. 1-800-998-5909. 09. We'd love to hear from you. I'll remember because I remember Venus.
Danny Jones says George Washington Carver made plastic out of soy.
Sure.
Okay.
So it's plastic. Okay, thank you. Thank you for supporting me. Plastic. You hear the facts that this gentleman has given? Plastic. And that's what happens.
All right. I see. Who's that? Taylor Pacify 92. Joel, can you please keep this stream up afterwards? This is powerful information I would love to share. Now, when you finish the stream, the thing is, it got to process. Normally, it might take 5 minutes. It might take 10 minutes, depend on the how you call it, the let's say if it's a 1080p 7 something p, you understand, resolution, so it'll take time to process, but I will put it up immediately. I will not keep it off for no half an hour. Like, come on, like I said, we got a legend here. Gotta, you know. Our one a next question here in the room is peanuts good for you?
No.
Explain
It has a lot of nitrogen. It grows under the ground and your body can't break it down. Versus I see somebody said something about walnuts.
Yeah, what about walnuts?
And walnuts is easier to break down. It grows on a tree and there's many beneficial factors that you can get from the walnut versus the peanut. You know, there's a reason why everybody's allergic to it now all of a sudden. What did they do with it? Is it another one of those GMOs? That's a whole nother question.
Supreme Third Eye wants to know, Joel, ask Queen about almonds, i.e. almond milk, etc.
Almond milk that you buy from the store, I do not think it's good because anything in the store, they're going to do something to keep it shelf life. They did something. What you can make almond milk, and I know Sebi said almonds are no good, but that's his personality, and all due respect, completely. It is, he's, there is no gray line, he used to always say. And if there's a little something wrong with it, then it's no good. It's no good, Ma. But the difference, what it is about the almonds is that almonds are good. We used to use almonds, and almonds do have beneficial factors. But it is, now they are processing the almonds. And they're, what it's called is pasteurized. What is this? Pasteurizing almonds. So when you buy the almond, buy the ones that are unpasteurized that says raw. Then you know that you're getting the pure almond that they haven't tampered with, which you're probably going to tamper with, but they tamper with everything. So then you grind the almonds dry. Dry. Then you add the water, you strain it, and you got almond milk. That's a billion times better than buying the almond milk that you know they put something in it.
And I'm going to have to show them because I'm going to put up a stream because I'm going to show them because you know I deal with the raw Seymours. So, yeah, I'm going to show them how to clean. I gotta put that up there. How to clean the raw Seymours, because you know the sea salt and whatnot. How to clean the raw Seymours, how to make it, and I definitely going to show them how to make almond milk, and I'm going to do that this weekend. I'm gonna have to tape it and just upload it because a lot of people really don't know how easy a lot of these things are. They don't know. Could you bring me the pack of Seymours, please? A lot of people don't know how easy, you know, the stuff is. Let me see if any more questions.
So our time is
Anyone
coming to
science study?
We could go on and on and on. I know.
Okay. Well, that's it. Nobody else ain't coming in the chat.
Well, I'm gonna say, you know, just before you close out the conversation, I seen somebody said something asked about granola in the chat. I seen that one. I seen somebody ask, was granola good? So I guess, you know, that's one that the people
All
want to
right,
put out
this
there.
will be the last one. Take it away, Ma. Granola.
No.
Okay. So how about this? So how about this?
Discussion.
That was too easy. Let's do. What about
Nah, man, that was
the
the last
gums? The
question.
gums. That's no, that was a that was a red one. That was like, uh,
He said that one was too easy.
yeah, that, the gums, the mouth. I know there's a lot of just from speaking with people, anything that helps uh, with gingivitis or things like that, or or strengthen the teeth or anything like that. Like, what's your take on that? What's your suggestions for that?
The formula because I had problems with my own teeth. So I made a tooth powder formula
Hmm.
that is very beneficial. And that sea moss, you got to drink that sea moss. And it's we eat so many things that are now depleting the bone
Mm.
because it's the
Hmm.
bone. This is a miraculous thing, the tooth, something hard growing through something hard. But it's the acid foods is breaking down that bone, and then it's
Hmm.
building up and it's building up, building up and building up,
Hmm.
and starts eroding and eroding up underneath, just like in the stomach. The dentist was like, "Oh yeah," because your gum is like a tire, and all of that debris starts growing up under the gum because you're not really getting
Mm.
up under the gum. So just like in your stomach where disease begins, all the toxins and the poison begins there. The blood picks it up and travels through. Well, but it's accumulated in your stomach, and in your body is a temperature 98. That's that meat rotten there. So now under under the gum, it starts rotting. Those,
Thank you.
those foods that we eat, there's still debris up under there, and it turns to acid when it begins to rot, and we have to get up under the gum and get it out. But meanwhile, it is your sea moss and your well, you can always get a tooth powder from us, but that sea moss is going to help you.
Definitely get the tooth powder because the tooth powder, as they like to say, quick fix. Because you just put it on there, you brush the sea
Yeah,
moss.
and
You
then you get
actually
it
gotta
out.
make because I seen somebody ask um these people and their names on on this stuff. A black ass African asks Joel is do you sell sea moss? Yes, we sell sea moss. So you could always get that, but definitely get that tooth powder from my eye. We're gonna close this out because I gotta go. Hungry, hungry, hungry. I'm
Yeah,
about to go eat me some meat. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna have some kale salad.
It's a case
A kale
salad.
salad and it's
You
gonna
know,
fill me up
I'm
totally.
gonna have me meat and kale salad. We gonna go out and eat now. So please give them your information one more time so they could come to you.
45 Willoughby Avenue. I want you to know it truly has been fun. I just really had fun. They said, I was like, what should I say? What point should I say? And so my son said, Mommy, just be you. And I'm telling you, it was totally just being me. So you got
That's
to real
right.
see the real
That's right. That people don't really
no
get to see on the regular,
undercover,
right?
no trying to show a persona or anything. And it has been love. And I feel the love through all of these ethers. No, I really do. It
You
has
know,
been really
you know, I
fun. I
gotta
hope to
toot my
see
own
you in
horn
person.
now. I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
toot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of people have fun on my show. People that, like I said, they don't normally go on shows or anybody's shows. Like when they go there, I just find it so amazed. Where it's funny because I've seen it done before, like no advertisement, nothing, and they like Ma's doing a lecture, and the people rush, and the place be packed, and I'm like, yo, this lady literally didn't even use social media, advertise or nothing. That's to show you, like, and it's only a few people that could actually do that. But anyway,
45 Willoughby Avenue. I'm sorry.
number, phone
Brooklyn, New
number.
York. 1-800-998-5969.
One more time.
1-800-998-5909.
All right, so there's no excuse. Y'all got to learn the history. All right, it's no excuse. Y'all got to learn the history. Man, mute your mic, man. You there stretching, coming
Oh
out,
shit.
messing up. This dude Royale, man.
I can't wait to see you and your son.
All
Thank you,
right.
thank you. Great show.
Um. So yeah. People, put your damn hands together. Come on, blow the trumpet. Come on. You're going to hear the real deal. Clap it up. Let me see them claps. Them claps in the chat room. We definitely gonna have her back again. And look out, because it's gonna be a wrap. Soon, you're gonna be seeing her doing this in front of our own laptop, because the people want the information. They need the information. People only asking about you. You know, there's ways to find you, and we're going to make sure that be known here at Nicholas Brooklyn. You got to hear the story of her and Dr. Sebi. Again, were you there?
Yeah.
All right, were you there?
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
stop
you.
stop faking the funk. A lot of y'all be faking the funk. All right. If you wasn't there from the beginning, jump off. Again, no, I gotta do this right. One more time. Claps and trumpets, guys. Claps and trumpets. All right. Now, people, that's our show. Don't run back being a damn chatty patty. All right. Run back and just share the video.
Share your love.
Like
just
and
as
subscribe.
easy as you could be a chatty patty, which is habit.
Stop being the crab in the barrel.
Share the love. So why not say loving words, caring words, supportive words? Let's start really practicing that. And what can you give today? Do we ever think about that? What can I give to you today? Doesn't have to be money, doesn't have to be a gift. You know, that smile? That smile, just you were miserable and somebody just happens to pass by and they give you that smile, or they just say, oh, that's a pretty dress you have on. That's a pretty dress you have on. And it just kind of makes you feel good. Just
you do stay wearing pretty dresses. You do wear those dresses. Yeah, the lady you see looking good for her age. See, she got a crown. So people, again, I've been your host, joelbenjamin528, guest of honor, You know where she at. There's no excuses. We're going to put the address in the description box. We're going to put the phone number in the description box. She's out here in Brooklyn. No excuses. You will see her again. Don't forget, look out for April. She will be doing something with King Simon, and most likely we'll get you back on the show soon, but we want to make sure we set you up when you're doing your own show. No, thank you for coming. Thank you greatly. Thank you for coming. I greatly appreciate it. People, like, share, and subscribe, especially if you love the information here, so other people know where she's at, so they could get the what's the word you use other than healing? I want to use the right word.
That's the word I use. What?
Healing. Are you okay with using healing? All right. Get the healing your body needs.
Yeah.
All right. To help your body to heal itself. Because I know how you feel about that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Help your body to heal itself.
Exactly.
All right, people.
Let's learn how that we can really heal ourselves. Let's learn. What does it take? What is it? Let's learn about what is disease, not just, okay, this disease, that disease. Let's learn what is it? What caused it to be? Let's look at the cause.
That's right. You got the final word. Go ahead. Tell them peace, whatever you want. All right, people.
And I wish you love, enjoy all the gifts of life.
There you go. Love and all the gifts of life. Peace.
Peace. Thank you.
Oh, man.